So hello and welcome to another video. This one's going to be on the steering settings for the G920 and G29 for Forza 7 because they're both the same steering wheel practically, apart from a few cosmetic differences and some additional lighting for the rev gauges, but the settings should be identical. So I'm going to show you this. I've done a few laps and a bit of drifting, just messing around, show what it kind of works like, and I'll show that in the background, and I'll show you like a top 1% of where I've got up to with this settings to show you it's quite competitive in my opinion. So the first thing you need to do is go into the Logitech software. This is on PC for instance. You can change this on the console version as well, but it's not through the same software. It's through the actual game itself, Forza 7. So I've got my steering on 50%. I'm using the wheel range of 520. I find that to be right for me, and a center spring strength of 10%. They're my settings within the Logitech software. So once you start Forza, I'm going to go into the options itself. You want to come down to controller, and at the top here under layout, you will have the G920 or G29 up there, or the G27 if you're using that as well. Everything else is standard. The only differences I've changed is I've got the handbrake on the right pad trigger, I guess on the right gear pad, and I've also got look back on the left. That's the only differences I've made here. So look straight back's on the left. What you want to do is go to the advanced options, which is down at the bottom here under F. On the PC, it's probably a different button on the console. There's a few things I've changed here. I've made sure the steering is on 0 and 100, and that depends on how much you turn it. So I'll get a full 520 out of that. If I changed it either side, I'd get less. That's basically what it does, creates a dead zone. The acceleration, I've got 0 and 100. A few people have slightly less here because they say the Logitech pedals are a little bit unsensitive, but for acceleration I've had no issue, so I've got it on 0 and 100 to give me that full range. Deceleration though, I find the brakes quite hard, so I've given it 5 and a 40 down here. You can extend that if you want to put some more pressure down. The good thing about these pedals is they have deployable spikes, and you can certainly put a lot of pressure, but I'm on a chair with wheels, therefore I go back. That seems to work for me though, but both do the same. You can put that to 100 if you wanted, but it will require quite a lot of pressure. I haven't been using the clutch, but I would probably set this to the same 0 and 100. If you wanted, you might want to make a bit of a quick clutch change here, so you might change that. Maybe you have 50 and 0, so you don't push it as far to engage the clutch. That's kind of your personal preference. I'm going to probably get to using the clutch, but at the moment I like a semi-automatic gearbox. Handbrake I've left standard. I've turned off vibration scale. It does still rattle a little bit on the gravel, but I don't really like force feedback. I'll turn force feedback off. There's still some here, don't worry, it does feel like there's force feedback, but I just don't like it being aggressive because it tends to tank slap a lot. And I find it also makes your arms ache after a bit. The steering sensitivity is on 100. Steering linearity, which is kind of how I find if it gets into the center of the steering wheel or on the edge of it, or the adjustment happens. I've left mine dead 50. I find that perfect. A few people tend to go 47 or 52, 53. Again, that's a bit more of a personal preference. The understeer I've knocked down to 5, so you can feel it pull a little bit, and it took me a while to get used to how it worked, understeer, on the steering wheel. You can feel it if you know what you're looking for, and now I think I've mastered it, and I've got mine on 5. I put the force feedback down to minimum, down to 80. I've turned off wheel dampening scale, and I've put my center spring scale to 25, so it snaps back a little bit quicker. So that's those settings. There's one more setting that you need to check. That's under the assist settings. So under the assist settings, under setup assist here, this is what I'm running at the moment. I've got the ABS on, track control off, stability control off. I haven't put this on yet, I prefer it off. But the one option I'll look at is steering. I've got mine on normal. You can have simulation, and that's generally what people use for the wheel. I find it still tank slaps. When I come out of the corner, I find the car just is uncontrollable still under the power. And that's not because the traction control is off, it's just that the car just does not want to go in a straight line. You forever find it left and right, and eventually you just spin off. You cannot get it under control. But on normal, I found this not to be an issue. So that is one of my definite tips, is keep it on normal for the minute. I'm certainly going to try and keep going down to simulation. That's where I want to be, but at the moment normal works for me and generally works for the gamepad. I'm going to show you the lap here that I do that gives me a top 1%. I'm going to show you a bit of drifting and messing around as well. So if you want to see some more of these videos, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll catch you all again later. Thanks a lot.